What's going on, good people? It's your boy Kool back with another one. Make a Move Podcast 2015. Got a good one for y'all today. Got my man Trippy, business owner, entrepreneur. Man, we're gonna get into some real good conversation. We're gonna talk some shit as usual. What's going on, good brother?
What's going on, brother?
Long time, man. We sort of do this a while ago.
Yeah.
But you busy, I'm busy. I'm moving around trying to get things shaking. But here we are today.
Let's do it.
So let's start, man. So, how did you get into the smoking business? What would you call? This is more of a.
So we consider this. It's considered a smoke shop.
Smoke
we
shop.
always considered it a culture shop.
Okay.
Being that a lot of things in here that are part of the cannabis culture, and there's a lot of different people that have different interests.
Right.
And a lot of people are used to either one of two ways of a shop. You walk into it, it's usually owned by an old couple. It's very hippie, hippie, Grateful Dead, all that. And that's not every smoker, you know what I mean?
Definitely not.
So in here we like kind of brought our own personalities out, like we're into anime, 80s and 90s retro, you know what I mean? All that type of stuff. So we wanted to show something a little different to the culture. How we got into it, me and my buddy actually started this, and we used to work at an old shop.
Okay.
And after a while we got tired of making other people money, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
And we wanted to do something different for the actual culture, not just the typical stereotype. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we branched off, did our own thing. We sat down one day, was like, look, how much would it cost to start our own business? I did the numbers, said this is what we need. So 3 weeks later, we had this.
Wow. It's a lot, man. I tell you, a lot of dudes who want to get into business that it's not easy. Don't think that it's going to be a walk in the park. No. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take some work. You may work your regular 40 hours when you're at work. Working your own business, you're going to put in a little bit more time until you get it off the ground and get it more of on an autopilot type of tip. You know what I mean? So that was a hell of a journey. Hell of a taking a leap of faith and believing in which I believe in. But I was able to get the game because you already worked in that environment. So just took. How long did you work at that smoke shop before you decided to branch out on your own?
Was there 6.5 years.
Okay, so you got a lot of inside information.
Yeah. So I was in that business 6.5 years. All of my experience before that had been all over the place, but it always been like retail, sales, customer service.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was always kind of into. I loved actually serving people, man.
Mm-hmm. That definitely helps being in the business.
Yeah,
if
you're not a people person, then you shouldn't be dealing with the public. I'm just being honest with you.
You gotta be a people's person.
But you gotta be willing to listen to people sometimes.
Right.
Like in this industry, I'm like a bartender for smokers. You know what I mean?
I like that.
They come in here and they let their stress out. Sometimes people just need somebody to vent to, man. And just listen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a big problem now. We don't listen no more.
No.
We hear, but we don't listen.
No, you don't.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
get exactly what you're saying.
But we had life experience that helped us be able to do what we did. My business partner, who my best friend, me and had been friends for 26 years, man.
Right.
3 months after we opened up, we found out he had stage 4 lung cancer.
Wow.
So for the first year after he started chemo, he was actually here a little bit. Then afterwards, he just couldn't be here anymore. His body had no more strength.
Right.
And sadly, he passed away in May of this year.
Oh man, sorry to hear that. My condolences.
So it was like kind of a mental, emotional blow because me and him. So one thing when people get into a business and they have a business partner is they don't always 100% mesh. They don't always see eye to eye. There's always conflict eventually.
Right.
And they never have anything set up for themselves on how to deal with situations like that.
Okay.
So we came up with this thing, said, any issue we ever have, let's solve it in 5 minutes. If we can't figure it out in 5 minutes, trash the whole idea and move on to something else. And whether it came to painting, a product, naming the shop, all of it.
Right.
5 minutes. And if we couldn't come to an agreement, we just trashed it, moved on to the next
one.
And we'd come back to something else, figure it out.
And that worked out for y'all.
And that worked out for us.
Okay, good, man.
Because we had the same taste in a lot of stuff, it'd be like, yo, what do you think of this? Love it, do it. What about this one? Yeah, all right, cool, fuck it, boom.
On to the next.
Kept on, you know what I mean? People make stuff too complicated sometimes. And when I'll be honest with you, this ain't like it's $1 million business, so it ain't like I got a whole bunch of $1 million problems I gotta figure out.
Right.
When you're a small business owner, you should make everything as simple as you can. Never overcomplicate shit.
Right.
work hard, not work smart, not hard.
Smart, not hard.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? People overthink, and overthinking anything will fucking destroy you, bro.
Trust me.
Because then you start thinking of scenarios it's not even gonna have anything to deal with
it. Right.
Just like if somebody says, all right, I need this, but I need packaging for it. All right, what color packaging you want? Well, this color. Okay. Find it. Type in that on Google. We got everything at our disposal now.
And today's
people
world.
make it so much harder.
Yeah.
And like I have a lot of people that are like, well, how'd you start an LLC? I went on the website, created a fucking thing, and it told me if that business name was taken or not. Submit it, and like they'll give you an answer right back.
Right.
It took us all together, get your EIN, LLC, all that. We did it all in 3 weeks and had a place to bring and everything, about set up and go.
Wow. Yeah, see, the
It's
LLC
simple,
I had got mine as well. And once again, you know, I had no one to school me on how to do it. So it was just all research. Once I was all in trying to sell my own stuff. So same process, went online, you know what I mean? Looked up, had to figure out what the name and all that. And the EIN was the easiest part. I got that in like 10 minutes.
It's the simplest part.
Yes.
Literally, you get approved within 5 to 10 minutes.
5-10 minutes, I was in. So it took a definitely a leap of faith, because if nobody gonna believe in you, you have to believe in yourself first to even take that leap. You know what I mean? So, and I think a lot of people fear that, or they'll start it, but then they don't finish it.
Yeah.
Once they see things getting difficult. So how did you deal with those difficulties, if you had any?
So one thing I tell everybody,
Once you start,
if you're going to start your own business,
right,
what it is, I don't give a shit if you're just printing out stickers for people. Okay?
Right.
Don't quit your day job, or make until you have the money to start that business,
right,
and survive at least 6 months on your own. Have that money in the bank. And people think, oh my God, all right, look at how much money you waste on dumb shit.
Yeah.
How many times did you eat out this week? How many times did you get Grubhub or DoorDash?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a bill.
A lot of people not willing to sacrifice shit for like 6 months to a year to
Right.
get to a goal. Because on average, most people make enough money that they can save up enough money to start a fucking LLC.
Yes.
After that, you just need, if you're selling a product, you need to be able to buy your inventory.
Right.
Okay? And what a lot of people don't get, so like, I'm a collector. Okay? So when we started this, I had money plus stuff to actually stock the store with till we got everything else that we needed.
Okay.
It's like, screw it. I might not have all the vapes I need, but I got fucking tons of sneakers to sell.
You got something to do.
And it was at the right time. You know what I mean? And so much in every business is timing and location. Make sure you know where you're getting yourself into.
Right.
If you're going to make that leap, do the education work that you need. You know what I mean? And it really is as simple as Googling shit. Like, how do I start a business? There's 50 million websites. And you can even get exact. How do I start up a small truck company to tow this, and you can get specific. It'll tell you exactly what you need, all the laws and everything in your state, all the stuff you need to get. And I've run into, when people ask me, well, how long did it take, how much did it cost? Well, for a retail businessman, I think all in all, I maybe spent $1,000 on licenses, everything through the state to start a company and all that, maybe.
Right.
You know what I mean? Depends on what type of business you're trying to start. Because that's where it gets different in the type of licenses you need, you know? And there is really this, with our education, we don't teach people the right things.
No.
Even in college.
No.
You got to go specifically for that degree to learn how to start a business.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's nothing else. They teach you biography, biology, and all this other crap for business education.
Right.
What this got to do with anything?
No.
Why is it that people graduating from high school don't know how to do their taxes to start a small business?
No, because they don't teach us in high school.
I can teach people in 15 minutes how to go start your own business. We just gonna sit on a laptop, we're gonna Google exactly what you need, and you're gonna find out how much it's gonna cost, and boom, within 2 weeks, we're gonna have your business ready to go. Do you have the money to buy your inventory and shit you need? No. All right, then you need to be able to work and save while you do all that.
Right. Yes.
Simple.
So you gotta find out your pricing and what you're gonna get to get started.
Know how much it's gonna cost to get, and like, so with us, we didn't do any business loans. And I try to tell people, don't borrow no money from the buyer. Fuck that. Okay? Don't borrow no money from, if you can do it without borrowing money from a bank, a credit union, none of that shit. Fuck all that. It's a saying of we do everything like you would hustle. Okay? If you read up, you're not doing it on credit.
No.
You're not putting it on American Express.
No.
You're not going to the bank to ask them for a loan to pick up a QP. Okay? You're doing cash money. So that way when you sell, you get your money back plus profit. So that way you can do another re-up. And every time you should be taking that money and putting it to the side. Treat it the same way. You can do a whole business. And we proved that you could do that with a business because everything I've done here has been off credit. I've never once put anything here on a credit card.
Wow. See, yeah. So that's good because basically, if anything goes wrong, you know, now you're in debt.
Yeah.
And that jeopardizes the business.
Yeah. And one big thing that we always tried to make sure was that no matter at any given time, you should be able to walk away from that business scot-free.
Right.
All right. And people were like, what do you mean? I was like, if I walk away from this right now, I owe no one. All I gotta do is pay the month's rent that's coming up for them to give me enough time to pack everything up and get the fuck out of here.
There you go.
I was like, but even then, I'll just sell everything for a goddamn $1 and walk away from this bitch, and I don't owe nobody.
You don't owe nobody.
That's the whole point. And one thing a lot of people, so you ever see a lot of people say, well, how much did it cost you to start the business? Let's say it cost you $80,000 to start up the business. The whole thing you're always calculating is how long is it taking you to get that $80,000 back?
Right.
Fuck that $80,000.
And you got to go all in to get that back.
Yeah. Fuck getting it back. See, this is where I tell people, I don't calculate that money.
Right.
Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because that's what it cost me to get in business. That money's gone.
Right.
When you go to eat out at Chili's, right?
Right.
And you pay them $52 for you and whoever to eat.
Right.
Are you worried about getting that money back for the fucking meal you just ate?
No.
Because it did its job. It sustained you, right? It kept you going and surviving, right?
Yes, sir.
So my investment money got me to the point to be able to survive.
Right.
It's gone. I paid the cost to be the boss.
There you go.
You see what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Every time somebody's like, well, I gotta see how long it's gonna take me to get this money. That's your startup money. It don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You getting it back because now you have a business.
Because you can sell.
Everything now is profit.
Yes.
That's how you gotta look at it. You gotta pay to play, and a lot of people don't have that fucking that understanding.
No.
Because if you always calculating every month, oh well, I got $100 back of that $80,000 I invested. Yeah, well, see, now you just feel more depressed and shit. Fuck that money. That's what it costs you to get in business.
It's cost of business.
You're here now.
Right.
Leave that money there. It cost you. It got you your inventory, the business. It got you the space you needed, whatever all you needed to start that business. Right? Yeah. All right. Good. You set. Fuck that 8,000. It did its job. It started everything.
Yep.
You're not supposed to get it back.
Mm-mm.
Now everything's profit.
This is an investment.
Yeah. People got to be willing, even if it costs you $5,000 to start your business.
Right.
Once you get everything that you need and it's going,
mm-hmm.
stop worrying about that $5,000. Because without that $5,000, you wouldn't have that print press or the heat press you needed to print these T-shirts. Or that first little bit of money to pay your first month's rent. You know what I mean? Calculate all that shit. And you should have in the bank. If you're going all in on it, you're quitting your day job, which you never should do. Okay?
That's a lot of people's problem.
A lot of people's problem, they'll quit their day job and start some shit and then they don't go the way they want. You know how long it takes a business owner to start making money on small business? It takes you about 3 years, bro.
Okay.
3 to 5 years.
5 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You should have other income or that money saved up so that you can survive.
Mm-hmm.
You should have your credit and everything in order. And people think, what do you mean? Before I started this, I fixed my credit.
So that's the thing. So a lot of people get in, they don't understand about
pay it off.
Your credit is important because even when you go to get business credit, because that's like the whole thing. I was one of those people who fell into that whole YouTube watching these videos, people trying to teach you about how to get in business, but there's always information that they don't tell you about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So how important do you think is business credit when you start out?
Depends on the business. But like I said, it's important to have your credit fixed so that way you have something you can fall on into.
Right.
Because if you do like we did, okay, and it was all cash in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can use my good credit because I have a business credit account.
Right.
I don't ever use it.
Right.
It sits there. I don't fucking touch it.
Right.
It's an emergency for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Heaven forbid I don't make one sale during the month at all, and I have no money to pay my rent. I can take that money if I needed to.
If you need to, right.
Emergency happens in the building.
There you go.
There you go. You know what I mean? And it's not affecting my cash flow.
Got you.
I keep the two separate. So, if you can treat your business that way, it's less stressful.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I hate having to owe somebody something, bro.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling.
That's the worst thing. That's why I don't like having a car payment. I hate owing somebody for something, especially if I'm using it. Because I mean, I don't own it. I'm borrowing it from.
It's like you're renting.
Yeah. It's like dudes that take their girlfriend's car out all fucking day. It ain't yours.
No.
Go get one.
She's
paying for that.
Yep.
So, yeah. I refuse to not own my own shit.
Okay, so
I tell people, you can be patient. make sure you do all your work and know what you can and can't market for your business.
Right.
Because there's a lot of stuff in this type of business I can't advertise.
So how do you advertise? When you first got into your business, how did you promote to get your clientele?
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth, okay.
So I had been in the business long enough that I knew a lot of the people in my community.
Okay.
So everybody knew where to end up finding me at.
Gotcha.
With this business, I mostly use, you got to anyway, is rely on social media. So laws have changed over the past 20 years that places like this can't really advertise like that because of the products we sell. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's always been kind of taboo. Now you can kind of work around it with different products and advertise. So like there's certain ways you can do radio advertisement, but you gotta pay.
You gotta pay for the marketing.
It ain't cheap.
No.
Mailers are like the worst thing because people don't read their mail anymore. They just
they definitely.
Okay. So everything's your social media.
Yeah.
And if you're a person like me who like even like doing videos can drive me nuts sometimes, bro. I'm not good at it. You know what I mean? And even when I take a picture, it'll end up looking like crap. And I got a great phone, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't understand lighting this shit. So for me, that's one of my big flaws is social media. I try to get more into that. And that's where you get more of people being responsive or finding out about your business and things. But yeah, you got to make sure you follow guidelines because like you end up getting on a restriction and you can't post certain stuff for your business. It can hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
smart marketing.
Yeah, marketing is definitely. I tell everybody if you can afford it, get someone that knows what they're doing to do it. You know what I mean? That is really good at it. It's okay to ask for help, and it's double okay to pay for help.
Yes.
So, and it's one of those things. Pay to play.
Pay to play. I tell people like this all the time. If it's something that you know you can't do, you're not good at. Find out ways somebody who can do that. You're gonna have to pay them, but they're gonna get the job done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go to court, you can represent yourself, but it's probably better to pay a lawyer because they specialize in.
And pay an accountant.
Yes.
Don't try to do math on your own.
Okay.
It's okay.
Right.
I don't give how good you at math. There's certain laws you don't know that your accountant will. Pay an accountant. It's not as expensive as you think.
Where do you find an accountant? Because like when I started, I needed it.
Dude.
I did everything on my own, and it drove me crazy.
Google.
Trying to
small business, Maryland,
didn't even know
CPP, whatever the initial is.
Didn't even know I needed
accountant. Yes, you always want an accountant.
Did not know I needed.
From day one, as soon as you get your
and I'm pretty sure a lot of people out here
you
the
should
same
have
way.
an accountant on payroll, and you pay them every month. I pay my accountant once a month. Automatically, he takes his money that I pay him.
Right.
And if I have a problem, I contact him. Other than that,
and
I send him my money.
What does the accountant do? Besides,
he keeps me out of jail and makes sure that I'm taking advantage of all the tax
he's making sure
okay.
Okay.
That's what you want if someone's going to look out for.
Right.
And there's certain things I can't say online.
Of course.
But you'll know if it's a good account.
Okay. So they keep all your finances in order, your budgeting,
you file my taxes for me. The only thing that I have to do, like because I'm a retail business, is like my monthly taxes that I pay my taxes to the state for sales.
Okay.
Other than that, my end of the year taxes and all that, accountant takes care of that.
Right.
And it never gets fucked up because he gets paid to deal with numbers.
You get paid to deal with numbers.
I'm not that great at numbers. I know what I'm making. I know my profit margin. All that. I know that shit.
Right.
When it comes to tax laws,
that's the different bracket.
That's why I pay a guy.
Yes.
And sometimes you gotta pay a guy. Stop being cheap. There's certain parts of your business you don't want to be cheap with.
So
your money is the most important one.
So you need to factor that into your business plan when you start.
So you should have a list, and you can be simple. Look, you ain't gotta do nothing crazy. Get one sheet of paper and know exactly all your expenses that's gonna come out every month. Your BG, if you got a builder, you should have your BG, your internet, your service for your machine, okay,
right,
your business insurance. These are the important things you need.
Definitely gonna need that.
How much it's going to cost you every week for inventory to restock. Okay. I always have a miscellaneous emergency fund.
Just in case.
Just in case something stupid happens. Like somebody throw a rock through a window or something. All right, that's going to cost me $350. I always have that $350 to the side as emergency, and every month you just stack it. Never touch it. Just stack it for emergency something happens. Okay. That it could even be an emergency of having to buy stock for your store.
Right.
You got it there. Okay. Everything that would be monthly bills, just like when you have an apartment, same bills, because you're going to have renter's insurance. You're going to have all that shit, just like if you're renting somewhere or have a house, you're going to have all those, but for your business. So now all your bills are double.
Yes.
Okay,
you got
they're probably gonna be a little bit more.
Yeah.
BG in the old building like this ain't
Yeah,
cheap.
it ain't cheap.
So you gotta know that number. You should
Okay.
have at the number, no matter what. That is your number on what it costs to keep that business running.
Mm-hmm.
Don't matter if you getting money or not. Is the business running?
Right.
Because you should already be prepared for your rent, mortgage, whatever, and all that stuff. But do you have that number that's circled on that piece of paper that says this is what I need every month to make sure this business is consistently running, no matter if I pay myself for out or not?
So you're the last. So you paying yourself is the last.
That's the last thing you're gonna do.
Okay.
Last thing I do, because
So
no matter what,
how do you factor
I gotta
that in?
keep this going.
How do you factor paying yourself? According to your numbers.
To my numbers.
Right.
So once I hit my goal every month,
Right.
what I need to make the business.
Right.
After that, everything else is profit. Okay?
Gotcha. Okay.
So all my bills and that amount, I've got.
That's done.
That's done. Okay. And let's say I've got all that by the 8th of the month. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That means my rent's paid, all that shit,
What's up, bro?
and everything is taken care of.
Right.
What's going on, Dylan? Once you have that number,
Right.
you do whatever the fuck you want. Everything else, it should still be going back to the business, but then you can pay your shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And guess what? You can adjust when shit's due.
Right.
Adjust that shit. I have all my shop business bills
Right.
due at the beginning of the month. All mines for personal are due at the middle of the month.
Okay. So you
See what I
spread
mean?
them out.
I spread that shit out. So don't stress, because you know how much you have a heart attack stressing up all the shit that's
So
due
coming
the
at one
first of the
time.
damn month.
Yeah,
Coming at the same time. So I make sure that I get all the stuff for the fucking beginning of the month squared away with the business first. You always pay the business first.
Right.
Guess what? If you're renting somewhere, it's Maryland. You can't get evicted for fucking 60 days or 90 days.
Yeah, so you got time.
You got 3 months.
Right. 3 months. Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Right.
Even your credit card and everything, keep your credit good. With all the dates that everything's due. Pay the business first, because no matter what, eventually the business is going to get where you want to if you're doing everything right. So it'll make you bread and butter. So then you can put all that other crap to the first if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to feel like a boss, paying everything on the first. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right, right, right.
Gives a fuck.
Right.
But-
Lost pay.
Once you hit that number, you're solid.
You solid.
Then you pay all your other shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just people's way of thinking, and I get it.
It's a form of discipline.
Everybody goes to business school, they learn different shit. This is the hustle way of doing it.
Right. For you
People
learn
that
this
didn't go to
hands-on.
college and do all that other bullshit.
Correct.
This is the way we did it.
Yes.
And it fucking worked.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But it took, like I said, did you learn that from working in the shop, or learning from the previous
that
owners
was me
you worked
watching
with?
people's
Just
mistakes.
watching.
I watched how people did things, and I watched other people's mistakes.
Okay.
And one thing I always noticed with small business owners, they were overcomplicating a lot of shit.
Okay.
So I was like, wait a minute. Why don't we just treat this like we hustling?
Mm-hmm.
Just treat it like we got to re-up every week.
That's it.
Like, no matter what, we're going to make enough to re-up.
We're gonna make enough to real.
And as long as we get to that goal right there, then every other re-up after that is making sure we pay.
Right. But pay the business first, and then there you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
It really ain't that hard, bro.
It
But the
ain't,
problem
but
is,
it's just-
even when you go to college, they overcomplicate the shit.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, dude, just teach people the exact basics of what they fucking
Well,
need.
you know, college is not designed to teach you that.
No, it's a fucking revenue. Like,
It's big time revenue.
But I won't
Speaking
get
of,
into
is college necessary in today's world?
no. And if we pause for 1 second, I can
Yeah.
tell you why.
Yeah, you go. Go ahead. I got you, bro. Man, Tripp, man, we out here doing big things, man. You gotta go take care of some business. But in the meantime, between time, we gonna continue on. It's your boy Kool. Like, comment, subscribe, show your boy some love, man. I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back full time, hitting y'all with some good content, and you know we're gonna keep on moving, man. So we in some crazy times, so we're gonna continue getting some good conversation. A lot of people in need of a lot of things, you know what I mean? The time, you know, people are not so pleasant. You know, I think people are struggling financially. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're gonna get into some conversation about that and continue on, man. It's your boy Kool. Hold that thought. We'll be right back. Yeah, so we was talking about business. In today's world, is college necessary?
So, in some fields, yes.
Okay.
Not in everything.
Okay.
Because honestly, it's even been proven now. So, and this is what I try to tell people. So, every year,
Mm-hmm.
you got millions and millions of people graduating from college, all with the same type of fucking degrees.
Yep.
Okay. Do you really think it's that many jobs out there to give out in all those degrees? Huh. Why do you think you end up with people that work at Target, but they got a degree in biology or something?
Which doesn't make any sense.
Don't make no sense.
No.
You know what I mean? I know a guy that works at Target.
Right.
He's got a computer engineering degree.
But he's working at Target.
Can't get a job right now. You know what I mean? What's consistent? Infrastructure jobs.
Yes.
HVAC, plumbing, electrician, people that do masonry, consistently always work.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
Any blue collar job for the most part.
yeah. And
They're
these
not
guys
going
out
anywhere.
here make good money.
Not going anywhere.
You know what I mean?
Law enforcement, all of the things, those kind of feel. So when I ask that question, to me, it's not a right or wrong answer. It's all perspective.
Yeah.
I believe the basic, certain careers definitely you need college. You want to be a doctor, a teacher, psychiatrist,
Lawyer,
engineer, lawyer. Those things, yes,
you should need to go to school to be a cop.
So you say that again?
To be a cop.
You need to go to school?
You should.
Why?
So, how many times have we run into a cop that doesn't know the law? Or how many
A whole
times
bunch.
have you run into it? Okay.
Right.
So, if a lawyer has to go to school for this many years to know the full extent of the law, so they can represent us in court or against us, whatever, they still have to be fully educated on every aspect of the law, right?
Okay.
Now, a cop's job is to understand every aspect of the law to the full extent when he pulls you over. Because he doesn't know what situation is about to happen, but he needs to know how to handle it and what laws he is or isn't breaking, and which ones we are breaking.
Correct.
Because there's laws that they can break when they're dealing with us.
True.
Okay. It's been many reported. We can go on YouTube right now, pull up videos of cops that don't understand the full law in their fucking state. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They should have at least 2 years of college of just law, understanding what they're going to have to deal with, and making sure they understand everyone's rights.
Right.
A lot of them aren't.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
They should also have more extensive training on how to deal with the public. Because a lot of people they even bring into the fucking police department aren't people person.
No.
They all got a vendetta, or they all dealing with trauma from when they was young when they got picked on.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And a lot of people don't understand. All right. You ever go to work and you just woke up just having a shit day? Just no matter what you did, today was going to just be a shit day.
Yeah.
We've all had it.
Yeah.
No matter where you work at.
No matter where you work at.
Sometimes you just wake up and you about to have a bad day.
Right.
So cops.
Yes.
So firefighters.
Yes.
Okay.
And these people actually, I get what you're saying. They do deal with a lot more dangerous type of situations.
People like that dude on the street.
Yeah, he was bugging out.
So you need patience. And
Yes.
you need knowledge.
I forget what country it is. They train their officers for over 2 years before they become actual law enforcement. And I forget what country it is, but the crime rate is like damn near zero
And that's how it
because
should
of it.
be. Yeah.
So I get the extensive training, but college, who's gonna front that bill?
So
Because they're serving the community. Do they?
So this now this goes into a whole nother thing.
Right.
Okay. So if other countries can do it, why can't we? Okay.
Because
Because even if they're not putting them through college, they should still be educated fully in the law.
Yes.
So either way, we got to pay somebody, right? Well, if our government wasn't using our tax dollars to send to other countries for BS that they don't fucking need, and our fucking money wasn't going into ridiculous things in other countries, like they were sending all that money to Ecuador or wherever the fuck it was to test meth on monkeys, okay?
That's crazy.
Millions of dollars.
Right.
Or maybe if our government wasn't just stealing our taxes in the first place, because taxation is theft, okay? The only time we're actually supposed to be paying income tax is when we're at war. Why do you think the United States is always in conflict or has a base in every goddamn country?
Right.
If we had no conflict, they'd have no reason to take our money.
Yeah.
Okay? That's why we're always in conflict. Plus, we're paying off our debt to China. Okay?
Yeah.
So
they gotta
that's
get the
not
money.
including the money that our government uses on black ops shit,
Right.
or psyops jobs like they're doing right now. You
Right.
know what I mean? Or funneling money into politicians that are crooked, that they're taking that money and using it to build money on the stock market. Okay, so I mean, you really want to know? We can. See, this is the thing. We can afford it.
It gets deep.
But our money is going to everyone else.
Except for us.
Yeah, we giving billions of dollars to Ukraine. Fuck them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't give a shit. It's not my fucking problem because I'm not in the Ukraine.
Right.
I'm in the U.S.
There you go.
There's no reason we should have homeless people.
No.
There's no reason that people that are mentally and physically sick should be going without treatment.
No.
Okay? There's no reason it should cost $900 to get an ambulance to the hospital. Okay? There's
Which
no
is
reason
ridiculous.
that you can't go into a hospital, be sick, and just be seen and be helped.
No.
But you don't have no money.
We ain't gonna be out.
Goodbye.
Bye. All right. You good as dead.
I got a buddy of mine. And I think I told you, went to Japan.
Right.
Had a stomach ache. It's like, just to be safe, let me go to the doctor. Went to the hospital. Gave me an MRI, CAT scan, all the works, blood test, everything. Paid $32, no insurance.
No insurance,
No insurance, $32. Okay? There's no way in hell you get an MRI in the United States for under like $10,000.
Yes. Yes.
It ain't happening.
Yes. And even if you have insurance, the insurance company that you're with possibly may not even cover the full amount.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Don't even get me started on the pharmaceutical companies and the scam the scam that is the medical industry, because they don't want you to actually be cured.
Of course
they
not.
just want you to be well enough that you end up coming back because you're a repeat customer.
Yes.
If doctors and hospitals don't have customers, they don't make money.
No.
Just like if a supermarket don't sell no food, it ain't making money.
No.
So they need returning customers.
It's a big that's a whole deep long conversation we can get into, bro.
And then they wonder why CEOs out here getting shot. Well,
ooh. Yeah, that part. So yes, we can definitely get. That's a whole.
I'm gonna step down off the soapbox. Go back on subject where we were. I'm sorry.
We can definitely get into that, but it gets
different episode.
I get where you're going. So,
don't get me wound up about the government, man.
Oh, that's we'd be here for hours. So, my take on college, and it's only necessary for those particular jobs that's actually needed, right? So my question is this: why do they push it so much on a youth to wait? Oh, you got to go to college, you got to do this. But my only problem is when kids are in high school. I think starting from a freshman. Some people may say starting from middle school or junior high or whatever you want to call it. Need to take up a finance class, financial literacy, a career development course, a class on credit, and a class on student loans. So by the time you get to a senior, you will have a better idea of what you want to do in life, right? So whether you go to school or not, you still know how to manage. Because once you become 18, we all know you're an adult life. The kid shit is out of the way. You're an adult. Now you have to deal with the real world. You know what I mean? So if you taught kids that by the time they get into college, they already know how to manage it. Yeah. How many people who actually go to college, right? They get their student loans and they paying them back, but they don't even know the breakdown of what they actually paying back. You know what I mean? No matter what you do, if you file bankruptcy, that stays there. It doesn't go anywhere. So, and then also I equivalent a student loan like a mortgage. It's going to take about the same amount of time to pay back, or longer. So if they educated the kids a lot better in school instead of teaching them some of the things that's is bullshit, by the time they get to school, get out of high school, they'll have an idea what they want to be. I think they'll be better citizens and better educated financially and everything. You know what I mean? So the reason I think they don't teach them that because they want us to be workers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the whole way it was all been.
Right.
So even if you look up the actual education program and the person that actually made it up, his curriculum and everything.
Right.
This is the same guy that was actually handled marketing for big corporations back in the day for the food industry. The same fucking guy.
Yes.
Okay. Everything was meant so that they created workers.
Yes.
Look at the way that the schools look at any Baltimore City school, even county school, how they were designed. Okay, the color of the walls, everything, the lighting.
Well, that's like
the way
that all
they
over.
sit everybody in rows.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a concept
he made
behind
that for the whole country.
Yes, for the whole country.
So, and this was in an era when they were trying to create workers for factories, industry workers, things like that. They needed you to know. So, how many of us? What time is lunchtime?
12 o'clock, noon.
Why is it 12 o'clock?
I don't. Why is it 12 o'clock?
Because we've been taught and raised our whole life that lunch is at 12.
12.
In school, elementary, middle, and high school.
Yes.
What time was lunch?
Yes, 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. Why?
Right.
Because that's what the company wants you to go to lunch.
Well, it's a form of brainwashing.
Yeah, it's a form of brainwashing.
Yes.
So we were trained our whole life, no matter what. Even as adults now.
Yes.
Everybody knows lunch is at 12 o'clock.
Yep.
Well, what if you wanted lunch to be at 10 o'clock? You've been up since 6 a.m., 5 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make sense that maybe lunch is right around 9 or 10?
Yeah.
Why is it at fucking 12? Everybody. You can ask anybody on the street, hey, what time is lunch? 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. Everybody
You
know.
can rank any different color, race, don't matter.
You know it. 12
Lunch is
o'clock.
at 12.
Yep.
Because that's what we were taught for some reason.
Yes.
Okay. School was over what? At 3 o'clock, right?
3 o'clock.
All right. So if you start in at 7 a.m., over at 3, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, they're teaching you shifts.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because you got to be able, they got to make sure that you can focus on the job that you're going to be given when you leave high school. Because even look how schools changed between the 40s and the 70s and 80s, okay? Everything was taught you how to be able to work as soon as you got out of high school.
As soon as you got out of high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had shop class. We had mechanics class. We had home ec. Okay? So at least you knew how to fucking cook an egg sandwich and survive. All right? Everything was taught you how to survive when you got out and how to be a good worker. Okay?
Right.
Then they started taking out art class because they didn't want you to think independently no more.
Ah, okay. Makes sense.
They took away creativity. If you took away everybody's iPods and all that stuff, half these kids have no imagination anymore.
No.
They don't know how to sit there and imagine being on a spaceship flying through the fucking space, you know what I mean?
No.
They don't know how to take a cardboard box and them and their best friend from down the block sitting in it, pretending it's a big wheels truck or it's a truck or a bulldozer or a spaceship or a bus.
Right.
No, they don't have that imagination.
No. Or even just going outside and figuring it out.
Yeah. Or how many times we used to go get all your buddies, get your bikes together, go ride around the neighborhood,
go ride around the neighborhood,
you know what I mean?
and go on an adventure.
Or you just pretend and you just use your imagination. These kids don't have that anymore.
No.
So they did. The programming work took a couple years, but they were able to do it finally.
Oh yeah.
Because now they've got these kids so hooked into the electronic devices because that's where the next generation is going as far as workers.
Yes.
We're not going to be in physical places no more. We're going to be at home. That's why we already got them trained to work everything at home on the computer and everything. You know what I mean? Because same with McDonald's. Removing workers and putting robots and machines. Everything's automated.
Yeah.
Eventually, everything's going to be automated.
This is a spot I heard out in D.C. is all, the whole thing is all on, they have no workers. You may have a driver or somebody come and deliver the
You ain't got to worry about nobody talking back.
You ain't got to worry about splitting your food. None of that stuff. So, yeah, man, we are definitely in some crazy time, man. Things definitely changing.
The training just changed.
The training just changed, yes. So then also, too, they taught no worker, I just seen a post there, though, no worker will be rich in a lifetime because you're trained to just work. You're not trained to actually, like you said, have a creative mind to think outside the box, to even take the chance to start your own business. That's why people like yourself, myself, who are actually able to start their own business and use our imaginations and then believe in us and then execute what we thought is a rare thing. You got a lot of people who are trying to get into the world of business, not fully understanding it, which is fine when you first start out, but they don't continue on with it. You know what I mean? So,
that's what everybody's taught. Get a job.
Yeah.
Work there for a good amount of years. Work your way up the ladder.
I was taught that just as well.
Everybody was taught that. Work your way up the ladder.
Yep.
Eventually, you'll get to this point.
Yes.
No, you won't.
No, you won't. You would
How
never
many
get to that
people you
point.
think really get? How many people got told that same spiel as opposed to there can only be one CEO?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but everybody's got that same fucking rat race.
No.
That's where the rat race began because we all got sold the same bill of goods.
The same bill of goods. It's crazy.
It's the same narrative we all got fucking sold.
Narrative.
Work hard, son, and work your way up the ladder, and you'll get that fucking VP job or whatever the fuck.
You'll never get it. And this point, it was a form of brainwash. Like even for years, for myself, I always wanted to start my own business. Like I said, I came from the transportation department. So I always interact with people. This is one of the reasons why I started the podcast as well, because I do this on the regular. It's effortless for me to sit here and just have communication with anybody from any walk of life. But when I was coming up and having these ideas, like, I want to try this, my folks were more like, nah, just get a job. And it was kind of like shutting down the dream that I kept having that I couldn't stop having, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I get a job. And I'm like, that's not what I want to do in the back of my mind. I wanted to take the chance on myself, and I believe I can do what I can do. But they were brainwashed to just be that. And now I think our generation are really now starting to think outside the box, and I'm betting on myself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the information that we have now, we didn't have 20 years ago. Now it's like it's right in our hand. So now we can figure this thing out and say, all right, well, I'm gonna do this anyway. I'm gonna try this. And look how many successful people who actually took the leap and trusted in their belief or their dream and been successful at it. You know what I mean? As long as you apply yourself and put things in order, you ain't gonna fail. Most business people, they say fail what?
The first 2 years.
Two years, you know what I'm saying? Or even before that, when you first try, you may not be successful at it right away. You may keep going. But eventually, once you get the hang of it and you understand what's going on, you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
And I tell you what, so your first 2 years are gonna be all. Your first 3 years are gonna be all learning shit.
Yes.
Like when we first opened up, the sign that we had is actually kind of the original design that I have out there now.
Okay.
We changed it to one that we thought looked better.
Right.
It had too much information on it. And we realized that when people were driving by, it was too much information for them to process that quickly. And we noticed, and I even looked at the numbers of when we changed the sign, how our numbers went down because people couldn't notice it anymore. It was too much for them to pay attention to. So it's little things like that. So I was like, all right, let me go back to the old format, the new name, see what happens. Looked at the numbers, then a week, numbers jumped.
See?
Just because people were able to see exactly what they needed to. Smoke shop.
Yes.
Colorful, catches your attention.
It's
obnoxious almost.
And that people don't realize that's a form of marketing that they use on us is bright colors. Bright colors in marketing is probably one of the key components because it catches people out. When you watch commercials, especially one good one is when you're watching the Super Bowl. You got all these brand new commercials, all these bright lights that keep your attention. There's something with us in the psyche that
humans like shiny shit.
Right, we like flashy things, and it catches us every time. So when you in your own business or you forming anything, that your logo matters. You know what I'm saying? So something bright, something that's going to catch people no matter what's going on. They may not click on it the first time, but they keep seeing it. Oh, what's going on? Let me go see what's going on. And before you know it, now you're in business, people coming in, and then once they see something good, feel the energy of the person, now word of mouth starts happening. You know what I mean? So,
I tell people, you give good customer service, and you treat people good. Like, treat them how you want to be treated. Like, when you walk into a store, how do you want to be treated?
That's it.
You know what I mean? And keep that aspect of so one phrase I always never liked was the customer is always right. And I'm going to tell you why. Not everybody's right all the time.
Definitely not.
Okay? But they don't even know that. And there's always, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
Okay? You can correct a person without them realizing you correct them. But every person that comes through the door deserves your full attention and your best service for your business. One thing I can't stand is when you go to a business and they give you shitty service. It's like, oh, you don't want my money. That's what that tells me. When a person comes in, it is now, and people hate the word serve, okay? Our people especially, we hate the word serve. But when someone comes into your business, it is your job to serve them, okay? You almost should be like a butler to them. What do you need? What can I do for you? You came in here, you chose today to come into my business and show me support. So how can I serve you today?
That's customer service.
It's customer service. That word, service.
Service.
They're your customers. That's your service.
Yes.
Okay? And a lot of people get an attitude when somebody asks them for too much. Oh, can I get an extra? Let's say it's a restaurant. Oh, can I get extra sauce? Yeah, give me 1 minute. Whoa, hold the fuck up now. I'm giving you my money. And I almost like this place, but now your attitude about to make me say, fuck this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've seen more people ruin their business with their attitude.
Yeah. They don't even
leave that shit at home. And one thing, I tell you what, my father taught me this, was one thing I always stuck with. Okay, he said, leave work at work and leave home at home. They're two different things. He's like, once you learn that, you'll be happy.
Yes.
He's like, your home problems are at home. Leave them there. Your work problems are your work problems. When you go home, don't talk about it. It don't fucking matter.
Nope.
When you go home as a business owner, you might have to get online, pay some bills, do a couple things, take an hour or whatever it is you need to get some things done. Now you home. Go ahead and deal with home after you're done that.
Learn to separate the two.
Learn to separate the two. A lot of people can't separate work life and home life, and they at work bitching about shit that's happening at home. Don't nobody at work give a fuck.
Nope.
Why do you think anybody at work gives a shit?
Nope.
They're your work friends. That's it. Leave it there. People got this thing, they get attached to everybody they work. I'm here to get a paycheck and do this job because, again, someone here chose me to do this job and pay me for it, so that's what I'm here for. I don't give a fuck about none of other shit.
Nothing.
It ain't my business.
Nope.
It ain't my business about your divorce. It ain't my business about your kids that can't fucking read and write. It ain't my problem.
No, it ain't.
You need to go and deal with that today instead of talking to me about it.
Absolutely.
Do you talk at home about this problem and deal with it, or do you just vent about it at work?
How do you think? Because a lot of people, they deal with their problems in silence.
Yeah.
And then
go talk to somebody.
When they find somebody who will actually sit there and listen, that's when they start spilling everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
stop spilling shit at work when people don't care.
No, it's
they're not going to solve your problem.
No,
and it's not their business.
Yeah, put no money in your pocket, no food in your house, no nothing. It's none of their business.
Not everybody meant to vent to.
No, oh, definitely not.
Because you'd be surprised what people use against you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We have some.
And I tell people, stop giving people the benefit. So we have this thing. We like to give everybody a benefit of the doubt. Stop.
Yeah. Don't
trust your gut.
Yes.
Don't trust your intuition. Trust your gut. Your
it's
gut always going to lead you. It's
always going to talk to you.
And it is, if you can't, as soon as you meet somebody and tell that they full of shit, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't vent to everybody.
No.
I tell you, work is work, home is home, leave the two separate, stop getting involved with each other. Yeah. Why? For what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And I know people won't hear me like, oh, my work bestie. Yeah, that's your work. That's your work bestie. That's your work associate. Okay.
See, that's one thing I don't like either. Like a work bestie or my work husband or my work wife.
Yeah. Nah, I don't do that.
I don't do that either.
Yeah.
Never did. Don't care for it.
Yeah. I still got people I'm cool with for jobs and stuff.
Yeah, you cool with them, but
cool with them.
But you giving them titles.
Yeah.
To be involved in your home, because the work husband, your work wife, your work for, they know your personal stuff, which means you're crossing the two. Mm-hmm. You should separate them. You know what I mean? Like I had to learn that too. One of the last jobs I was at, I met a lot of good people there. But once I left, I realized the phone call stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So out of, let's say, 10 people that I was cool with, now it's narrowed down to maybe 3. And I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I speak to maybe 1 or 2 on a regular, other ones I don't speak to. If I see you, hey, how you been? Anything, and you keep on pushing. So learn how, like you said, to separate the two. Separate multiple people. Some people just associates. Yeah. Some people your friends. Some people just your homie.
Yeah. And that don't mean you gotta be addicted to people.
No, you don't.
But you ain't gotta give them all your life.
Definitely not.
That's personal stuff.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's just like when people bitch about their relationship to their coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah. Especially somebody who likes drama.
And
they getting bad.
Yeah.
That's what rumors
get. There's a certain demographic of people in workplaces that love drama.
Yes, they do. That's when you get rumors. You get people talking.
Day about drama.
Yeah, all day.
And then wonder why work production is down.
Yep.
And then wonder why they get replaced by a goddamn robot or AI or something like that. Well, you wanted to sit there and talk about Deborah's fucking information all goddamn day instead of getting your task done. Now it's the end of the day, it ain't shit done. Mm-hmm. And boss is pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Numbers down. That means you gotta go.
Yeah. You're not being productive.
And then they'd be the same one pissed off they got laid off or fired. Like, well, you probably shouldn't have left work at work and home at home, huh?
There you go. But a lot of people don't understand that concept.
Yeah.
So, now in today's world, right, technology is pretty much it's taking over everything. It's going to be replacing a lot of jobs. But it's going to bring jobs as well, which most people, when they hear about it, they think, oh man, this whole AI is going to be taking over all these jobs. How are you transitioning with everything going on? Or does it even affect you at all?
So my biggest competition would be online.
Online?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, so this is one thing with humans. We love instant gratification.
Instant gratification, uh-huh.
Instant gratification.
Right.
If you do everything right, will always keep you fed. Okay?
Right.
And this is why. Yes, a person can go online and buy this thing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But who really wants to wait 24 or 48 hours or 2 weeks to get their thing?
Mm-hmm.
They'd rather have it right then.
Right then there. Right.
And for us, there's certain chemicals in our brain
mm-hmm.
that when we get that thing that we want right then and there, it makes us real happy. You know what I mean? So my goal has never been to work forever. So I've always told you I have a realistic goal. About 45, I want to be retired.
Okay.
If I'm not living in another country and I'm still here, then I'd be pissed at myself.
Right.
Okay. Have a goal in mind. Realistic goal.
Yeah. No delusional goal.
No delusional shit.
Delusional anything.
Like I knew that this business was not going to be a business that makes me millions of dollars. I know that. That's realistic. Mm-hmm. It's up to me to invest in other things to get to that point to where I want to be at. And I understood that. Got some people thinking, well, I'm just going to make this one type of bracelet, sell it on fucking Etsy, and it's going to make a ton of money. No, sweetie, that ain't how it always works.
No.
Okay? Be realistic in your goal. Have that goal set in mind of where you want in a couple of years to be at. Know what this business will make you. If it expands what it would make you. If If it shut down, what it would make. You gotta know everything. You should have everything already lined up. If this fails, if it does mediocre, if it does excellent, you should have all that already set and know where to go with each step.
Right.
If it fails, what are you gonna do next?
Right.
You gonna sit home and cry about it and bitch and get depressed, or you gonna keep fucking rolling with the punches?
You gotta keep
and
moving.
Start something else.
You gotta keep
if I had
moving.
to shut this down today, I'd be selling fucking hot dogs out of a hot dog cart. Wouldn't give a shit. I'm gonna make money somehow.
A hustle gonna make it.
Hustle gonna make it. So you either got that hustle mentality or you don't. Some people meant to be workers, and that's okay.
That's okay, yeah, definitely.
That's okay.
Because in business, I need you.
This shit ain't for everybody.
No,
You
it
know
ain't.
what I mean?
It really ain't.
And there's some people that I guess get discouraged when they realize maybe this ain't for me. Okay? But guess what? You never know till you try.
No, you'll never know.
You never gonna know.
No.
And guess what? It might take you 10 different times of failing to realize, all right, I need to try something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody gonna hit it on the mark on the first time.
Definitely not.
If you're scared to lose. It's like getting on a motorcycle. You're either gonna be scared to get on that motherfucker or you're not.
Right.
Okay?
Ooh.
So you gotta have the balls to get on it
Yeah.
and throttle that bitch and go. Or either you're just gonna be looking at it like, damn, why'd I spend this money? My girl was right. I shouldn't have bought it.
Shouldn't have brought it in,
You
but
know what I mean? You gotta get on that fucking thing, throttle it out, and go.
Yep. You only gonna learn when you fall.
Yeah. That's how we learn.
When you fall.
You get back up.
You get back
right?
up. That's the thing.
So,
that's what matters.
You gotta
right
be
there.
scared to lose money. Guess what? Sometimes you're gonna lose money on certain shit.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna do a certain advertising that ain't gonna get you no money.
No money.
Fuck. All right. Well, on to the next title. Let's see what else can work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When I see people say, "Oh, I spent this money on this dude and it didn't work." Okay. Next.
Yeah.
Wham.
Yeah.
Get over it, bro. You need to make money.
Keep
so what
moving.
we doing next?
What we doing
You know
next?
what I mean? So
Either way,
don't
you
let
gotta
your
look at the
emotions cloud your path.
Yes.
Because people will get into their emotions and get depressed when their friends ain't buying your shit. Your family ain't buying your shit. You know what? Guess what? Fuck them. Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. The world
It's business.
It's business.
And don't hire your family. Look, I'm a big one.
Ooh.
I'm going to tell people straight up. Don't hire your family and don't hire your friends, okay? Now, everybody say, well, you started a business with your best friend. Yeah, because I knew. That was an exception, not the rule, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because we already had the idea. We knew what we could make work. We already had we had all of our agreement and everything before we get started. Like, look, if we get in this situation, what do you want to do? If I get in this situation, what do you want to do? We can both walk away with
Walk
this
away
and no hard feelings.
Right.
We tried it. If we don't decide, we had a decision. If we decided one day we wanted to shut it down, we would just shut it down. You know what I mean? Try your best to do it with your own investment and everything. Don't borrow no money from nobody. That way you got less people in your fucking pot. Okay? Less people you can keep in your kitchen, the better.
Right.
But don't hire family and friends because the fuck you every goddamn
Every time.
Okay? They're not going to want to. And it's the same thing when a small business owner has to hire people. And they have this expectation. Even managers of a business, they don't even know they have this expectation.
No.
That a worker is going to do the same type of work the owner's going to do.
Yes.
Get rid of that idea out of your head.
Yeah.
It will never happen. Okay? Do you know why? Because it ain't their money.
Nope.
They there for a paycheck.
Yeah, they're for a check.
They're not there to do owner work.
Nope.
That's one thing.
It's not their job requirement.
It ain't their job requirement.
It ain't
to
their
do
job
shit
requirement.
The owner would do.
No.
So as a business owner, you can't expect someone you paying a minimum wage to do the work that you would do in investment in your business.
They doing exactly what the paycheck requires.
Yeah, that's it. Just like when you show up to your job, do what you're required to do.
That's it. Once you start,
because you're still an employee number.
Still employed.
That's it. Once you gone and you're no longer employee 83249, guess what? They're gonna get employee 83250 to take your fucking place.
You will be replaced, and that's the whole game. That's the whole game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's yeah, it's tough, but you know it's live your dream. And I always try to tell her, live your dream, live your path. This is what you believe in. Go for it. Just try to do it intelligently. If you're not sure about something, like I say, Google it, go online. If you got a friend, somebody who you can actually bounce ideas off of, where they can kind of, and then follow someone who's actually probably did it before.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons, like I said, I wanted to make this podcast, just to say I had these conversations, because I had these conversations with different people from every walks of life, whether you're an engineer, cop, lawyers, entertainment. I've talked to all different people, but everybody that I speak to, I learn a little bit from. So now it's time to pass that information on, because there's a lot of people out here who just don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you got something you really love, whether it's collecting toys, whether it's knitting, whether it's fucking making T-shirts, figure out the way to make money with it.
Yes.
Because if it's something you love, guess what? If you're doing it and it's making you money,
it's not work.
You're going to love it even more.
It's not even work.
Yeah. It's not work no more. You're just doing your regular hobby, but it's making you money.
But it's making you
money.
There's
dudes out here selling fucking Pokemon cards and making killing, bro. Okay? There's dudes out here selling Dungeons and Dragons cards, making fucking money. There are literally people on the fucking internet right now that came up with their own fucking thing of making earrings or whatever, or dudes that have started a hat line with their logo and they're just selling that and are making money. Why? Because they loved it and it's making them money.
Yep.
If you find what you're good at, find what you're passionate about, figure out how to make money. It's 2024 about to be 2025. We got TikTok, Instagram, every other freaking app or program that you can need to advertise and get yourself out to people. All you got to do is like swallow your shit, your pride and your ego, get in front of a camera and do your thing. You know what I mean? I hate doing it, but you got to do it sometimes. It's nerve wracking. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So I get it.
Yeah.
But you got to do it because now technology, that's why these young people don't realize, even people in our age group, don't realize how much the internet now can help you get yourself out there and make money.
Yes.
You can find your customer.
Yes. You can find your customer.
Find your customer base.
Word of mouth still works, but you can still find your customer.
But guess what? You just got to find, you got to go out there and
because
search for them.
You got over 8 billion people in this world. Yeah. You don't need all 8 billion to rock with you.
Just need a little bit.
That's it. A small piece. That's a start. And once you start there, eventually you keep pushing it and staying consistent. It'll branch out to what you're actually doing. But as long as you're doing something that you love, just keep moving. Just keep moving. I tell people that all the time, man. Make a move. The world will not stop for you. It will continue to move.
Yep.
Whether you moving in the right direction, the wrong direction, it will continue to move without you. So just continue on and keep pushing, man. So that's why I like to talk to business owners just to help people out. Because when I was starting out, I was a YouTube fanatic. I'm watching YouTube, and they give you. So most people who I've seen on it, they give you a little bit about how to get started, what you need. And a lot of the stuff was good, but a lot of stuff was wrong information. It's almost like they speed through the process when it's not a speedy process.
Look, I'm gonna give y'all real quick. This is the simplest shit. You ain't gotta.
So I'd rather get it from the source.
Right. You want to start your business? Go on Maryland Business Connect
or whatever state you're in.
Whatever state you're in, we're going for Maryland Focus, Maryland Business Connect. You can go in there and create your LLC. You can do all the applications for whether you need your tax EIN, all that stuff. The IRS, you're going to have to go to their website for the EIN.
Yes,
it's better if
IRS.gov.
If you are doing a retail type business where you're going to need a Maryland sales tax and use license, just go to the comptroller's website, do it on their website. It'll go through quicker as opposed to if you do it on the Maryland Business Connect. But for your state of Maryland, if you need a retail license for selling goods or tobacco license, any of that, you go down to your circuit court that's in your area. Mine would be Baltimore County. You can go down there. Once you have your LLC and everything straight, tell them what licenses you need. They will send you over to a little license department and tell you if your location is okay to have that license. They'll approve it or not approve it. Then you go back over to another clerk. They'll sign it off, print out the thing for you. After that, you can just do it online. It is simple.
Yep.
It's not as hard as people tell y'all.
No.
You don't have to pay me $10.99 to tell you.
No.
Like,
and it's not even that expensive. To get your LLC in the state of Maryland is only $300.
Yeah.
Now, if you one of the people who don't like to do all paperwork and you rather hire somebody to do it for you, I found there was another website I actually put on to my friends who actually went through that process. It's called InkFile. InkFile will pretty much do everything for you. They'll set up your LLC. They'll set up your EIN. They'll set up your business name. They will even set up your business account. They'll set up all of these things. You're just going to pay a little bit more. So instead of paying, let's say maybe $300, you may pay $400. Maybe $450, depending on the price. But either way, it's still under $500 to get started.
You're not good at paperwork. Let somebody else
Let them do it. Yes, pay somebody to do it. Like I always tell people, you can go to court and represent yourself. But what is the saying they say when you do that? Whoever represents, what is it? You represent whoever has a client as a, I forget how it's worded, but you know what I'm saying. You can. It's probably better just to pay the lawyer. You know what I mean? Some things that you're not good at. There's other people out here who specialize in those things. I can go and fix my own car, but I do know this mechanic is licensed.
Training, and he's done it before.
He knows better than I do, so allow them to do that. You know what I mean? So, I can go to a restaurant hey, chef, move. I got this.
Make my own omelet.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my own omelet. But now, you're gonna allow them to do their duty. So if you can afford to just have somebody do it for you. There's so many ways out here to get started, but just believe in yourself. Continue. You're gonna fall. It's the way you learn. You're gonna fall. No one starts out and just off the rip and run. And if they do that, they're gonna run into problems later on down the line because they missed the whole learning process of getting started and the whole thing. You learn each day. So just continue on and keep moving, man. This time you want to get your business started, get out there, believe in yourself. Don't let nobody discourage you. Just keep pushing.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to start small, man.
You gotta
like don't
don't
try to go so hard coming out the gate if you're not ready for it. Okay? It's okay to start your business at the flea market or start going to like pop-ups at places. Go to a business, say, hey, look, would it be okay if I gave you $100 today for me let me just use part of your space for 2 hours to see if I can sell some of my product? Ask other business. You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised. Yes.
Sure.
There's a I found there's a and one of my other side jobs I hustle I do. I do a share ride company. So I picked this girl one day. It's a black owned. It's almost like a black owned mall for small entrepreneurs and businesses, which is downtown Baltimore City. And I think first or third Sunday every month, they have this big event where you can come down as a new entrepreneur and advertise your product or things of that nature. So look for different things like that out there as well.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the company. Forgive me.
Take advantage of all the technology that we have to get your stuff out there.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask people stuff. Like I said, I have artists that will come to me that are random, like, can I put art here? Okay, you can. Yeah. Ask. Yeah. Just ask people. Be nice. You know what I mean?
Be nice to get you a long way.
Be nice to get you a long way with me. You know what I mean? And believe in yourself. No matter if other people don't. Fuck them. Believe in yourself. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
At the end of the day, it's do I believe in myself enough to make this shit happen?
And you can't blame nobody if it don't work.
Yeah.
It's
the only
all on
person
you.
at the end of the day you can blame is you.
It's all on you.
All right? And it's okay to not know something or say, I failed at this because I didn't know this information. All right, but you just learned it now. So go back.
Go back. Double back.
Gotta keep going.
Gotta keep moving.
You know what I mean? Guess what? Yeah, you failed, but what did you learn? Yeah. So big problem is people can fail at something, but they don't learn enough.
They don't learn enough.
Or they don't even realize that they learned something. They're like, well, I did this and fuck it. Yeah. But now you learn not to do this next time.
Yep.
You know how much stuff I had to fail at with a small business to realize next time what to do? You know what I mean? It happens.
So all right. So how many years have you been in, besides, you've been working in this particular market for so long, then you went out on your own. So combined, how many years you talking?
Going on 11 years now?
Yeah, see? You put in the work.
And you'd be surprised. A lot of people think, oh, well, 5 years now is a long time.
No, it go by, but
you'd be surprised look how quick a year went.
You didn't give up.
Yeah.
You dedicated yourself to this, and here you are.
Yeah. Guess what? You guys, maybe for a while, you got to stop going out every weekend. You ain't going to see your friends for a while.
Yeah.
If they're your friends, they come support your business.
That's it.
Okay?
If they're your friends.
Big shout out to all the people that I went to high school and everything with, my friends, because they do support my business.
That's what's up.
But yeah, it's like you're going to have to sacrifice your own time for a good while to make this shit happen.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're going to have to eat it. Like, it's just the way it is.
you got to be all in.
And some people just don't want to sacrifice their personal time because they feel like they're going to be missing stuff. But this is the thing. Once your business is going, once it's making you money, your time frees up. Now you got the freedom to do the shit you couldn't when you were stressed out working for that other chunk.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
You're trading your time for money.
Yeah. Now you're at that point where you can close your business for 2 weeks and go to fucking Bahamas if you want to.
Yep.
And not stress it.
And not stress about it.
The whole point is you should be able to afford to live now. That's the whole point of it. I ain't getting into to be able to buy a mansion. I just want to be able to afford to live and not have to worry about somebody else writing my checks.
That's it.
I don't like somebody else being in control of my money.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I dictate what I'm going to make here. You know what I'm saying? So, be in control of your future. Take your dream by the reins, ride that motherfucker hard, and make it happen. Save up that money at your job. Stop buying dumb shit. You don't need that new pair of Jordans this fucking week. You don't need to buy a new purse this fucking week. You don't need to go get a new car when the car you got is running. It just need a fucking new part or whatever. Go put the new part on it. Keep that bitch running. Get rid of your car payments and shit.
Yep.
Minimize your debt. Save up your money. And then go do the thing. But keep working while you starting it off.
Mm-hmm.
That way you still got money in. Worst thing you can do is get into this and you ain't got no other money coming in. Somewhere.
That was my first start out.
Yeah.
And it was just, it's around a pandemic, so I kind of lost. And man, yeah, trust me, I've been through the whole process, bro.
If you can help it, keep working somewhere to keep money in. Because you want to keep your bills paid, but you still want to be able to get that stacked up. You know what I mean? Keep that business going the best you can to start it up. So I know plenty of people that own their own business, but they still have a fucking job. You know what I mean? Because they use that to support when the business is lacking. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You can't be all in on the business.
When you first starting out, there's no way you can do it unless somebody's just handing you a ton of money.
Money that you can get started up on your own. But
and I don't get the tax breaks that some other people in this business get. And I know I'm like, I can't say certain things, but y'all can look at me and tell
absolutely.
I get confused for other things.
Trust me, I know.
I don't get the benefits that some of them get.
A lot of them get the benefits. We don't get them.
So yeah, and we'll get into that one.
We get on the next one, yes sir.
It's don't go thinking these people that say, oh, you can get this grant and this grant. Look, fuck all that. Save the money. Start it so you liquid. Don't owe anybody anything. That's the best thing you can do.
Right.
If you can do it without owing people anything, man, it'll be really better for you. And don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah. Don't complicate it.
Don't overthink shit. Don't overcomplicate shit. Do the most simplest shit that you can.
Trust me, everything you saying right now, I've been through all that shit.
And hire an accountant. That's the biggest one. Hire an accountant. Have yourself a business.
That's the one thing I didn't do. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and if you
but now I know.
Yeah, accountant.
Now I know.
Pay them. You can get an accountant for like $100 a month, bro. Like, and they'll handle you the basic stuff that you need done. You can hook your business up to QuickBooks. And
you gotta hook me up with your guy.
Yeah.
I actually had QuickBooks as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta definitely hook me up with your guy because I need to get started.
For the love of God. So
right,
one thing, this is my last one on this thing. Stop trying to itemize everything in your taxes. It'll get you audited quick.
Yeah.
Really quick. The more you itemizing, the more the IRS is gonna look at your shit.
Yep. And they be on you.
Don't go buying. And one thing I see people do when they get their own business is they try to get a vehicle and put it in the business name and all this to get these tax breaks. Stop doing that shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Stop. Don't go buying shit that you need because that's money that you could be using towards the business. Now the business is paying for a vehicle that it probably can't afford. Because it takes you about 2 years to even get the books right. So that you can go to a dealership or wherever and get your vehicle and show them the business is making this much. You know how you see these guys go buy a G-Wagon or they want to buy a Lamborghini in the business name because they're using how much money the business is making to buy that vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay? So guess what? If your business isn't making $200,000 a year, you're not going to get that $300,000 car.
It makes no sense.
You see what I mean? Yeah. So
I live way beyond my
main people they try to write everything off on taxes. Then they wonder why they get audited.
But see, you know what the problem is too? This is a lot of stuff that people learn on YouTube. And they tell part of the story. They don't fill in the middle, so people take that and run with it. You know what I mean? So that's why
I know a couple of small business owners got themselves in trouble.
Trouble like that, right?
Doing that.
That's why I'd rather talk to the source, somebody who started from the ground up, who's doing it the correct way. You know what I'm saying? Without the big fancy Lambos and buying all this. All that stuff is not an asset. It's all liability.
Yeah.
It's not an asset. It's not getting you anywhere because, you know, the minute you pull it off the lot, the value drop immediately. You know what I mean? So, you know, the real asset is investing.
So I got a buddy of mine who is very wealthy.
Okay.
His ventures have paid off. And he told me, he's like, do you want to know the difference between a rich person and a poor person? I was like, what? He's like, poor people always try to look rich. He said, when me and my wife fly, we're always in first class. He's like, but I'm wearing $10 jeans, a watch from Walmart. He's like, and a shirt from Target, bro. He's like, you know what the people in Coach are wearing or in economy are wearing? They got Louis Vuitton bags.
Over $1,000 outfit.
All that. He's like, they got that, but they can't afford this $20,000 airplane ticket for first class.
Nope.
He's like, you see what I'm saying? I was like, dude, I get it.
Yeah.
Trust me, I get it.
And I think
I was like, this shit fake, bro. I don't give a fuck.
But
Like,
I think
it looks nice.
it
But
looks
it's
real.
fake shit.
That's
I don't
all.
give a fuck.
That's all that
Somebody
matters.
want to rob me for this? You can have it, bro. It
Yeah.
cost me $20, bro.
You just,
Have it.
you just
Don't
gonna be
give a shit.
practicing.
Yeah, like practicing on me, bro. Like I'm broke. I'm a broke entrepreneur, dog. This shit ain't no joke. Look, my bills
Talk
paid,
that talk,
but
bro.
I ain't out here buying no land. Look, I drive the same shit box for the past since '03. I don't give a shit.
Yep.
But I got no car payment.
Nope.
You know what I mean? People out here got $1,200 car payments. I'm like,
payments.
you paying
And it's
$1,200 a month to get to work.
And it's getting more expensive because not only the rates are going up, the insurance is going up.
Yeah.
So now you're looking at over almost a mortgage price just to operate
Just
your car.
to be mobile.
Just to be mobile.
Just not to walk. That's how I look at it.
And people don't factor in maintenance is just to even keep the vehicle.
Yeah.
The basics. Like I was talking to this girl recently, she's like, yeah, I want to get my first car, I want to get like a BM. And I said, well, let me ask you a question. Do you know how much it costs to get an oil change on a BM? That's a regular
You
service
realize
that
that
you're going to have.
BMW, you're going to be in the shop more than it's going to be on the road?
Right. I said, if you catch a flat tire, you know how much a tire costs?
It's called
You wanna
keeping
look
up
good.
with the Joneses.
Yeah. You can try your best to keep up, but you ain't there. It's unnecessary. Whenever I purchase a vehicle, I always brought the vehicle with this in mind. Can I afford it? God forbid I lose my job. If I can't afford it, then I don't need it. I don't complicate things. I keep it simple. I mean, I had to learn a whole lot, coming up. You know what I'm saying? But here I am.
And
It's still moving.
It's sad to watch people.
It is. But that's why we got people like us. We got to educate them.
Dude, stop buying shit that is going to depreciate in value.
Yeah.
It's not. Buy property. Invest your money. You know what I mean? Like, what are your stock options like?
Learn about that. Definitely learn about stock. I'm definitely getting into a lot more now. So, yeah. We got to, because right now, they cut out middle class, and you're poor or you're rich.
Yeah.
So, which one you going to be? I know I'm tired of being poor.
Yeah. I don't want the whole pie. I just want my piece.
That's it. That's it. I ain't too greedy. I just want mine.
Yeah. So.
It is, man. It is what it is. They're going to learn. We're going to keep teaching y'all and educate y'all. So we're going to try. It's up to y'all to do your part as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't overthink it. Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Google the shit.
Google.
If you don't know it, you can Google anything.
I go to ChatGPT. They'll talk to you as well.
ChatGPT. How do I start this particular type of business?
Yep.
It'll give you everything. There's
Your
no reason
whole-
not to know that.
Now, AI is definitely moving in a...
You can call
faster.
a business lawyer, and they will actually help you start a business.
Good point.
Not as expensive as you think.
Good point. See, this is the kind of stuff they don't teach you.
They will literally, you can pay a business lawyer to start your LLC and everything for you, do everything for you. Say, look, this is the name I want my company to be. I need you to do everything for me. And they'll do it.
See?
Why?
Come on,
Because you're paying
I
them.
did not know that.
Yeah, because you're paying them to do it. So they'll do it. You can
That
pay
is
to get
crazy.
anything done these days, bro.
Yes.
It's, yeah, just go do it.
Let's go do it. Let's go do it. But look, man, till the next time, man, my man Tripp, man, I appreciate the love, man. Educating us on how to get your business started, how to continue pushing and growing. It's your boy Kool Mal. Man, it was a great experience. We're going to do another one, man. Got to keep going and keep doing this thing, man. Like, comment, subscribe as always. Till the next time, peace. Ooh. Oh, yeah, this would be a good one, bro.